Hey, what's going on, guys? I don't know if you can hear me or not, but I decided to try a little bit of music to start the podcast this time. I don't usually play music, so I'd like to get your feedback on what you think about the music. Let me know if you like it or not. If you like it, I can bring it back again. I don't even know if you can hear me okay, but if you can hear me, then give me a yes that you can hear me over the music, and also let me know if you like the music and you want me to try it again for next time. All right, guys. So let me go ahead and shut this down now. All right, so what's going on, everybody? I hope you guys are doing well. How you doing, Kyle? Thank you. Kyle says I love it. Does anybody else love it or hate it, or what do you think? Give me an honest assessment. I am here for you, so I definitely respond to what you all say works and what you all say doesn't work for this podcast. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I am a black man who is a little bit under the weather, but I am trying my best not to be a deadbeat, while I am sick. And also, out of curiosity, were you able to hear my voice over the music? So as the music was playing, were you able to hear my voice? Because I've always wondered what it would be like. I've heard those podcasts where they play the music while they talk. And Montez says it's a tad boring. Okay. So thank you, Montez. Montez is honest. All right. Lady D says love it. Yes, love it. All right. Wayne says we can work with the music. All right. Well, let me try it. Let me be a little experimental here. All right. So I'm gonna play some music while we talk. All right. So today, what I wanted to talk to you all about is buying a home. And let me just tell you this: one of the things about most economic studies is basically tell you that your economic reality is substantially improved when you are a homeowner. When they look at every study, you guys know when I was in academia at Syracuse University, and before that, I spent a lot of time doing research on wealth and where wealth comes from. And so you're not talking to a guy who's speculating. You're not talking to an internet influencer. You're not talking to a guy who just gives great speeches or whatever. You're talking to a person who spent 20 something years studying where the wealth was buried in this country, where all the money's at. And one thing I can tell you is that in these studies, we found that people who own homes have far more wealth than people who don't. That being a homeowner is a much faster pathway to wealth than not being a homeowner. Being a renter is a great way to destroy your wealth. Rent is a wealth destroyer. Rent is one of the ways that capitalism harms people. Rent is one of the ways that the rich exploit the poor, that the prepared exploit the unprepared, that the educated exploit the uneducated. So if now I want to ask you all this right now. Give me a yes if you're a homeowner already. Give me a no if you're not a homeowner. I'm going to make the assumption um, that you want to be a homeowner at some point. So what I'm going to do is give you three ways to buy a home, even if you have no money and bad credit. And in fact, what I'm going to do also is I'm going to share three statistics to show that homeowners have more wealth than renters. Okay, and by the way, I'm experimenting with this music thing. I know you have never heard me do this with music before, but I don't know. I was messing around. So keep letting me know if you like it or not. This is y'all's podcast. This ain't really mine. I'm just the worker bee here. I work for you. So let's talk about that real quick. All right, hit the thumbs up button. Thumbs up, share, subscribe. All right, so I see a lot of yeses. Good. I see a lot of no's. Now let me give you some stats real quick that'll let you know why home ownership is so important. According to a Federal Reserve report published in 2020, the median net worth of homeowners in the U.S. was $255,000 compared to just $6,300 for renters. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Give me a yes if you heard what I just said. That the median median net worth of a homeowner in America is over $250,000. The median net worth of a renter is $6,300. I hope y'all heard that. I mean, so if you really want to understand the difference between, poor and middle class, it's ownership. It's ownership of land. It's ownership of property. This is not debatable, people. In my book, The 10 Commandments of Black Economic Power, which you can pick up on Amazon, it's the number one bestseller right now in its category. And I'm super proud of that because we're independent. We built this on our own, this company. We're very happy when we're able to touch the world with this. One of the things I talk about is that ownership is the key to power. That's the 10th commandment. And so when you talk about raising your kids when it comes to wealth, you've got to raise them to understand the importance of ownership. That's just a core value. You don't have to teach them how to do it. You just have to explain to them that they need to do it. You give them the why. You don't have to give them the how. They'll figure out the how. Just give them the why, because the why is what drives the how. That stat alone, I'm gonna give you a couple more stats, but that stat alone should be convincing. I hope you're convinced. Let me know if you agree with me that home ownership is an important key to wealth. Here's another statistic. A study by Harvard University's Joint Center for Housing Studies found that in 2019, the median home equity for homeowners was $215,000, while renters had no equity in housing. And so basically, home equity was a substantial percentage of the homeowner's wealth, whereas the renter had no wealth because they had no equity. Number three, the U.S. Census Bureau from 2019 showed that home ownership rates in the United States was 64%, while the median home value was $229,000. In contrast, the median monthly rent was $1,097. Over time, homeowners typically build equity and wealth through property appreciation and mortgage principal payments, while renters do not accumulate wealth through their monthly rent payments. Now, what does that mean? Now, this was from 2019. Now, I want you to think about this. Since 2019, has inflation gotten higher or lower? Answer the question for me. Has inflation gotten higher or lower? Has inflation gotten better or worse since 2019? Now, answer another question for me. Has rent gone up since 2019? Yes or no? Has rent gone up? Is rent the same? Rent has gone up, inflation has gotten higher. Another last question. As inflation's gotten higher and rent's gotten higher, has the cost of buying a home gotten higher? Yes or no? Has it gotten lower or has it gone down? Or has it gone up or gone down? Buying a home. Answer that for me. So let me explain it like this. Think of you could think of rent and home ownership as sort of parallelly connected. The cost of rent's going up the same time that the cost of owning a home is going up, because property values go up, rents tend to go up. They're just deeply connected. So as this inflation is occurring, you're either on top of the inflation where you're being elevated like a balloon carrying you in the air, or it becomes like a weight where it's getting heavier and heavier and crushes you more and more. So when home values go up, if you're a homeowner, you're benefiting from all this. You're benefiting from the inflation. You're benefiting from the higher rent. You're benefiting from the higher property values. I know this because I'm a homeowner. I'm a landlord. So as the cost of rent goes up, my wealth goes up. As property values have gone up, our wealth has gone up. But if you're a renter, that means that as the cost of rent goes up, your wealth does not go up. You're feeding more of your money to rich people. That's kind of what it is, you know. And I'll be honest with you, it makes me feel guilty. I feel terrible about it. You know, I told one of my tenants, I said, I promise you right now, I'm not going to ever increase your rent because I don't have to, but I could. I could literally right now, evict this person and charge an extra $1,000 a month for that property. But I'm just not going to do it because I don't think it would be right to do. I can do well and help and be supportive of other people at the same time. So let me give you 3 quick ways to buy property, even if you have no money and you have bad credit. First thing is that it must be a core value in your family. You can't just sort of think of this as something you'll do if you get around to it. This has to be a goal, right? So this is what you put in the hands of your kids. Okay, so do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe. I'm a little bit under the weather. And first of all, let me ask y'all, how do y'all feel about this music? I'm gonna take an honest poll real quick. Do you like the music in the background as I'm talking? It's a little bit different, I know. And maybe it takes away the distract. It distracts from my froggy voice. I have no idea. But what do you guys think? Give me a yes or no if you like the music. And also, if you could hit the subscribe button, I'd appreciate it. And last but not least, my website is boycewatkins.com. So you can go to boycewatkins.com and I put up a list of AI stocks that I'm buying for the future. So feel free to go take a look at that. Okay, Latanja says no. And that's funny. Latanja, my sister's name is Latanja. Okay, Brian Terrell. Okay, Business Now says it's okay. I see some yeses. Okay, I see a no to the music for Tracy Curtis. Um, okay, Wayne says it's relaxing. Kay says no music, please. Okay, well, since we've done half of it with the music, let me go ahead and shut the music down for the second half. Okay, hold on. And plus, I need to quit playing and stop talking so much because I'm gonna lose my voice again. All right, so three quick ways to buy a home, even if you have no money and bad credit. One popular method people use is seller financing. So this is where your seller acts as the bank and offers you a loan to purchase the property. A lot of times, you can find seller financing through various real estate listings, or maybe talking to your broker. There are some sellers that are willing to finance you, especially people that know you. If someone knows you, they may be willing to do that for you. I've done seller financing for people that I knew, and that's one option that some people use to kind of get around the credit system. The second option that a lot of people use are FHA loans. FHA loans are designed for people that have bad credit. So if you think that having bad credit means you're out of the home buying game, that's just not true. I would look into. I would talk to. I would go to a real estate office and just say, I'd like to learn more about FHA loans, and they're really designed for people with low income and bad credit to buy a home, and they usually have lower down payments and more flexible lending options. It's a great way to buy your first house. So you may want to look into FHA loans, or at least take that time and learn how they operate. The third thing you might want to look into is what they call lease with the option to buy. So a lot of houses are out there where you can rent the house and you can make a deal with the owner of the house that your lease can be converted into ownership once you meet certain conditions. It might be credit worthiness, it might be a certain down payment, etc. I've seen people borrow against their retirement plans to get money for a home, and a lot of the tax laws allow you to avoid paying taxes on money that you might withdraw from a 401k or something like that in order to buy a home. So that's another option as well. So you may want to look into some alternative methods, but at the very least, what I would do is don't walk away from things like a bad credit score. A lot of us have been there. I had terrible credit for a long time, and it was mainly when I was in school because I didn't care about it just wasn't a big deal for me to keep good credit, honestly, while I was in school, because I understood how to get what I wanted without credit, and having bad credit really kept me out of debt anyway. But once I needed credit, it didn't take that long to fix it. There are certain methods you can use to improve your credit score really fast. Actually, on boycewatkins.com, I have a list of 7 fast ways to improve your credit. So if you want to take a look at that short training, it's about 10 minutes long. Just go to my website, boycewatkins.com, and that'll help you kind of get your credit on the right path if that's something that you want to do. All right. So anyway, guys, as you can tell, I'm not sick anymore, but I still have a little bit of frog in my voice. So I'm going to stop talking. But I wanted to come in and talk to you guys about this real quick. I hope this was helpful to you. Do not give up on yourself, and never ever let anybody make you believe that ownership is not important. Rich people own things, especially property. And also, the best benefit of owning a house is it forces you to save. And what that does is that forces you to build a net worth, and it forces you to build ownership. It forces you to build financial security. And financial security is what keeps you from living paycheck to paycheck. So you want to get in some situation where you are doing some sort of automatic mechanized process that's building your financial security, similar to the $5 a day investing plan. If you go to boycewatkins.com, that's right there too. Go to my website. I have a free training on how to invest $5 a day and make sure your children have $250,000 available for themselves when they're between 25 and 30 years old. It's very easy to do, very easy to apply. You can apply it in 10 minutes. and it'll change your family forever. So feel free to go to my website and take a look. So I'm going to get on out of here, guys. And thank you for tolerating my voice. I wish I could make it better. Maybe I should just stop talking for a couple of days, but that's hard for me to do. So anyway, if you could please hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe. Also, I'm going to be in Houston on April the 21st for a 2-day Black Wealth Boot Camp. So if you'd like to join me in Houston for 2 days, just go to boycewatkins.com. And last but not least, in addition to the Black Wealth Boot Camp, if you'd like to take a look at my new book, The 10 Commandments of Black Economic Power, you can either go to Amazon or boycewatkins.com. I also have other books on Amazon like Black American Money and things like that, and they've all done pretty well. So feel free to go take a look at that too. All right, guys, well, have a great day. God bless you. Thank you for listening. And I thank you for letting me experiment with the music. I'll try something different next time. I'll see you guys later. Take care now. Peace.